Hi guys.
Hi.
Hi.
I'm here today to talk about something that most of you are probably not expecting at a festival of writers and books. However, it is a very important part of our life as writers, and also if you're involved in any other type of business venture, you need to know how to write a business document. At one time in your life, you're going to be called to write a business document, whether it be an executive summary for investment, a one sheet because you want to go into the speaking circuit. So when we write business documents, it's a little bit different than writing a fiction or nonfiction. One thing that you have to do is you have to speak to that specific audience of that specific document. Well, you do that with books as well, of course. But you know, if you're seeking investors, you're going to speak about numbers and what their return on investment is and what a powerful team you have. If you're speaking to people that you want to recruit onto your team, you're going to be talking about the vision of the company and what you have in store for the future and the strategic plan. And if you're talking to, you're writing like a white paper or something like that, you're going to want to make sure that you don't leave anything out. So for business documents, I always suggest you're not plagiarizing, just take a template that already exists of a white paper, of an executive summary, of a one sheet, and just, you can just Google, business template or whatever the topic is. And then the best investment that you can make as a writer is to buy the full version of Adobe, where you can take a PDF file and convert it to a Word document. So you get your PDF file, you convert it to a Word document. There is a program called, and in your handouts I gave you, there's a lot of websites and stuff because I can't get into all this, of course, in 7 minutes. But there is a program that will allow you to do 3 documents, 3 PDFs, and convert them to Word for free. So you don't really even have to buy it if it's just a little bit of stuff you're going to do. So you take that Word document and then you just delete everything that doesn't apply to you, but you have the template, because I can't tell you how many people leave off their contact information or vital information from a document that they're going to be passing out to people or posting on the internet or making a download as a PDF file. Because as someone just pointed out to me just a few minutes ago in the other room, she's going to separate the business cards from the flyers. By the time she gets home, it's just going to be a mess and she's not going to know. So she's really happy that I had my contact information on my handout. So that's something that's real important. Now, I just want to talk a little bit about internet research. Google search terms, a lot of people who came over from, who didn't grow up with the computer and didn't grow up with DOS, aren't quite sure how to search in Google to get the results that they want. So the best way to search is to make it as simple as possible, as few words as possible. And then if you want to search a specific phrase, you're going to put it in quotation marks. So that will only give you the searches that include that specific phrase. If you don't want something included in your search, you're going to put a minus sign before the word. So say salsa recipes minus sign tomatoes. That will give you all the salsa recipes that don't have tomatoes in them. So those kind of simple search tips will make your time on the internet a lot quicker. Plus, always be aware that the first almost the first half a page to page is paid sponsored advertising. So you've got to weed past the stuff that isn't really the content you're looking for. It's content that people have paid to get up on that first page of search. So you probably want to go to the second, third, fourth page of the search if you're searching for something to really get to the sites that are going to have you valuable information. The other thing is, a lot of times you will be led to a satirical news site and it will look like a real news article, but it's a joke. So how do you find out if something's a joke, right? You would, of course, one of the real obvious sites that most people know about is Snopes.com. You can go there and search for something to make sure it's true. The other thing is you can just Google satirical news sites, and that will give you a listing of all the satirical news sites. So if you end up on one of those sites, you at least have in your mind what they are, who they are, and you can determine whether something is not real. The other thing is due diligence. And this is important to everybody, because when you find out a fact on the internet that you might want to be using in your writing or in your business, you want to make sure that it's true. And especially if you're researching a person that has told you something or made some kind of claim about themselves or their history, or a business that's claiming, to be successful and profitable, really good sites to go to for that is the Corporation Commission of the state that that business is in, and any government board of tourism site or government site, and you will know because they're going to end in .gov or whatever the state is, the abbreviation for that state. So you know that you've gotten to that legitimate website. You don't want to go to paid a lot of these governments are farming out their information to using a third party to sell the public records. But public records have to be available for free. So you want to go straight to the government site and not to a site that has contracted to distribute the stuff and charge you for it. So I have one more thing that nationmaster.com is fabulous if you're researching anything internationally, because it will give you all the statistics in order of number of like the top 100 crime-ridden countries, the top 100 for drug trade, the top 100 for great weather, whatever it is. Any statistic in the world can be found on nationmaster.com, and that's all free, of course. And but when you're doing due diligence on a person, especially if they have a common name, you want to find out as much as you can about that person, that where you can add a middle initial, a middle name, the state that they live in, and then you want to also do like, say it's John W. Smith, very common name. So you want to do John W. Smith, Los Angeles, California. That narrows it down a little bit better, right? And if you want to find out if they've ever been involved in something bad, you want to do John W. Smith versus, just add the VS in between the name and the state, or the name and the country they live in, because that's going to give you any court case that they've been involved in on a state or a federal level, and you can find out amazing things about somebody by doing that. So those are just a few small tips on due diligence, internet research, and business documents. It is, I've compressed a full day seminar into 7 minutes, so please enjoy the handout and come speak to me. What I'm offering at this festival is the first 5 people that sign up with me for a complimentary 1-hour consultation. It will be complimentary because normally I charge $250 for it. So first 5 people to sign up, I'll be happy to give you an hour of my time to either sit with you at your computer with the screen share situation, we'll both be at our homes, and go over how to do your research that you've been trying to figure out. Or if you're thinking of starting a business and you want to know, turning your name, your writer's name into a business, and you need to know what documents you need, where to start, what kind of an entity you should have, I can consult with you on that as well. So thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.